Following the defeat of Crystal Sage, I found myself in a happy place, slashing through the waves of skeletons with ease. I had a little bit of problem dodging this guy's attacks cause he would just swing his swords like crazy, but I managed to kill him as well. I continued further and I wish there was something special I can tell you about this, but it was pretty straightforward fight. Only thing that annoyed me was the archers. I crossed to the other side of the roof here and continued fighting my battles, earning souls, and I was already seeing myself leveling up a couple of times and getting stronger. I found a large soul of an unknown traveler, contributing more to my leveling. So far, I have never noticed so many foes at once. They were climbing the walls, attacking me from the range. I couldn't really figure out from where. Arrows were flying all around. They were jumping on top of me and just pinned me here so I couldn't do much but die. So I went back through the graveyard, skipped the warden, crossed the roof, got my souls back and kept going, only to kill myself for no apparent reason. So one more time, graveyard, warden, roof. And just when I got my souls back and regained my confidence and was about to finally get past this part in Cathedral, rolled perfectly away from his attack into the abyss. One more time, graveyard, warden, roof, and I'm just gonna leave it here. Well, after I finished my epic meltdown, you know, the whole rage, curse, cry and spit routine, I finally collected myself and decided to soldier on. Seriously, these hollow slaves are a bane of my existence. They've got attack range rivaling to Olympic archers. Pure madness, I tell you. And just to add insult to my injury, Mr. Ghost Rider with his fancy halberd decided to crash the party. But I managed to send him packing too. Sorry, we don't serve spare ribs here, only broken ones. I thought I'd easily take down this poor guy, but boy, I was wrong. Suddenly, I'm getting attacked from all angles, behind, above, and even from the floorboards. It was like a chaotic game of whack-a-mole, but with skeletons instead of moles. But hey, despite the surprise skeleton party, I emerged victorious at the end. Then I got another warden attacking me, and just as I was about to get into the groove, his friends come in to join the fun. Well, I didn't exactly make it far. Back to square one, graveyard, warden, roof. I went through the whole ordeal of reclaiming my precious souls, only to promptly donate them back to the same spot I died before. It's like a never-ending circle of death, despair, and a touch of slapstick comedy. If Dark Souls had a blooper reel, this would definitely be the highlight. And it was at this moment, as I found myself plummeting back into the abyss again, that my sanity began to dangle on the edge of a very precarious cliff. I've added the souls lost counter to count how many souls I have lost to this place. But it was not just for you, I've added it for myself as well, to keep mind-fucking myself even more. I decided to try exploring a little bit, since I've already lost my souls, so what more can I lose? My dignity? That ship is long gone. I left those suicide bombers kill himself, so I can fight Baba Yaga in the open. I waited patiently for her to come down the stairs, like a broom waiting for his wife-to-be, to engage in a first dance. And the dance we did. I got used to fighting those enemies, so she didn't pose much of a threat. And sure enough, she was defeated without much trouble, increasing the number of souls in my pocket. Compared to what I lost, it was a pocket change. But hey, be content with sunshine, and you will never have a need for darkness. After that, I decided to confront my arch nemesis, those two wardens who made off with my hard-earned souls last time. This time, I approached them with a newfound determination, taking them one by one. I dispatched the first one without much trouble, feeling victorious with every swing of my sword. I was just one scratch away from finishing the second warden when the fate decided to throw me yet another curveball. As I ran back to get my souls, these fuckers cornered me, and I couldn't fucking move, and I lost my fucking souls again to this fucking piece of shit game. Defeated, bruised, annoyed, you name it. I was feeling it. At this point, I was questioning every life decision that led me to this moment. I mean, seriously, why the heck do I put myself through this torture? I could have been playing Astrobot or soaking up some vitamin D in the great outdoors, but no! I chose the path of pain and suffering, because apparently facing off against pixelated horrors is my idea of good time. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I mustered up the courage to face that warden once more, only to meet my demise yet again! Ugh, the joys of gaming! And again, Graveyard Warden. Surprise, motherfucker! I didn't even get to the damn roof! I got stopped dead in my tracks. Even though I breezed past him thousands of times before, this time he decided to slam the door in my face like a grumpy bouncer at the nightclub. This time I stumbled upon the nest of those pesky hollow slaves. Oh, they thought they could surprise me again, but not this time. I've had enough of their ambush tactics. You won't catch me off guard easily now, you sneaky scoundrels. Remember that cheeky dude who pulled the disappearing act last time? Surprise, surprise! Oh, the Dark Souls, you never fail to surprise and infuriate. I went back, took my souls, only to die again. Oh man! I swear to God, I was pulling every string of my hair out. And once more. This time the warden got the best of me again. Another couple of thousand souls added to the ever-growing lost stack. It's like my character has a VIP pass to the Soulless Club. Again and again. I kept biting the dust. With each death, frustration bubbled up like a simmering cauldron of rage. The losses just kept piling onto one colossal stack of lost souls, reaching the heights taller than the Leaning Tower of Pisa after an earthquake. At this point, my sole mission was to stumble my sorry self to the next bonfire. I mean, I had about as much as will to live as a deflated balloon, let alone to muster up the energy to face the same enemies for the umpteenth time. It's like Groundhog Day, but with less Bill Murray and more soul-crushing despair. Finally I reached my destination, the next bonfire, or should I say the same old bonfire, just with the new shortcut. As I leveled up the vigor, I realized I have more souls in my pocket. Although it felt like a pocket change compared to what I've already lost, I managed to level up once more and keep going. When I returned, I mustered up the little courage that I had to do some exploration. Despite feeling like a withered flower after all those deaths and souls lost, I was determined to push forward. Sure, my spirit was as droopy as a soggy dish rag, but damn it, I owned it to gaming to see this through. Like a tired marathon runner nearing the final stretch, I was determined to limp towards the finish line, one agonizing step at a time. Because giving up is not in my respawn dictionary. I went back to the notorious gate where I had some killing to do. I started clearing up, slowly, step by step. I gotta admit, this dude scared me more than a surprise pop quiz on a Monday morning. I mean, one moment I'm strolling along, minding my own business, and the next he's leaping around the corner like caffeinated kangaroo on a pogo stick. I went back once more through all these corridors and decided to try a different road. As I ventured onto this balcony, a feeling of unease washed me over like a bad omen. In Dark Souls, when things start feeling strange, you know the game's whispering. Hold on to your Estus flask, because the shit's about to hit the fan. So, being the brave hero I am, or so I like to think, I hightailed in the opposite direction, only to stumble upon another one of those delightful creatures. Luckily, she didn't put up much of a fight, but my disappointment was as clear as day when I realized it was a dead end. And we all know what that means in Dark Souls. It's back to square one, going to where I spotted that colossal monstrosity. Oh joy, more giant squishing adventures await. In the meantime, I got jumped by this slimy creature. Of course, it posed no threat to my twin blades finesse. At first, I attempted to sneak past him, hoping to go unnoticed like Hobbit darting beneath the feet of orcs and humans, seeking refuge in the safety of Fangorn Forest. But my hopes for a stealthy escape were dashed faster than Frodo's dreams of a peaceful journey to Mount Doom. On my second attempt, I managed to slip past the giant, but deep down I knew he'd be waiting for me. There was no escaping the inevitable showdown. It was written in the stars, etched in the annals of Dark Souls lore. Sooner or later, I'd have to face him, mano a mano. Giant to relatively puny adventurer. Brace yourself, folks. The clash of the titans is imminent. Here I clashed my swords with Baba Yaga once more, with all the previous success against this type of enemies you'd expect to be a one-sided battle, right? Well, it was indeed one-sided battle, but sadly that one side was hers. I felt like I was bringing a butter knife to a sword fight and she was wielding Excalibur. After my second death, for some reason I decided it was smart time to fight the giant without getting my souls first. And can you imagine what happened next? Another 7,000 souls gone down the drain. And with all my will to live gone, I thought I could lose a couple of hours trying to kill him. At first I tried killing him from this platform, but his hand attacks had quite a large hitbox to what I was expecting them to be. I did manage to sneak in a couple of hits on his hand while it was resting on the platform and even dodged a few attacks, but my movements felt slower than a sloth on a lazy Sunday afternoon. And just as I started to feel a glimmer of hope, he squashed me flat with his fists like a pancake on a griddle. Talk about getting served. Then I moved to the other side, thinking I might have better chance fighting him as I can see his movements and act accordingly. And sure enough, I did feel a little bit better and his attacks were a bit more organized. But I still had to deal with the huge hitboxes and the low damage from my part. I tried dodging his attacks and then landing a few of my own, but the hitboxes sometimes felt that they didn't even hit me, yet somehow they did. I got him pretty low, and then the magic of his hitboxes happened. I retried once more, and then the same thing happened. Although this feels like a mistake from my part, I rolled too early. Next time I decided to jump down and try chopping his legs. I was tired of dying over and over again and thought there must be an easier way, until he stomped on my head. But yeah, it felt like much less was happening under his feet and I had to dodge way less attacks than on the platform. I kept dodging his attack and chopping tiny bit after tiny bit of health, until finally defeating him. I got a large titanite shard and decided to see what's behind this door. After quite an effort, I moved down the stairs to another gate. And just when I thought this was going to be another bonfire, it was actually another dead end. I did get some items though, but nothing that would significantly help me on my quest. I went back up and through this muddy thingy to get to this lovely knight. I always hate to fight them, but in the meantime I realized you can fight them easier with the club. So you basically smack his shield a couple of times, which breaks his guard, and then attack. I'm not sure if this one can be critically hit since I didn't manage to succeed, but I know for a fact that the others can be. So just rinse and repeat until he's dead. In the next episode of Rug-a-Dub-Dub against the Dark Souls 3, I fight these hollow slaves, which really didn't pose much of a threat to me, because I am awesome. I kept trudging forward, and before long I stumbled upon another giant. He seemed oddly serene, but deep down I knew better than to trust that peaceful facade. There was no way he was just going to let me waltz on without a fight. It's like encountering a sleeping dragon. Sure, it looks peaceful now, But you know, as soon as you make a wrong move, it's a game over, man! As I diligently cleared out the foes encircling him, the giant stirred from his peaceful sleep, shattering my hopes of hassle-free path. It was as if I had been rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, futile and ultimately fruitless. Armed with the insights gained from my fight with the previous giant, I vanquished this one with a surprising ease. In Dark Souls, it's not just about beefing up your character stats, you're also refining your gaming finesse. With each trial, you sharpen your instincts, anticipate enemy moves better, and master the art of survival. It's like leveling up your own gaming prowess alongside your character. What once felt like an insurmountable challenge becomes a conquerable obstacle, and every victory fuels your confidence for the next encounter. It's the evolution of skill in gaming, a testament to perseverance and adaptability in the face of adversity. I'm going to leave this next boss for the next episode. Be sure to tune in next week for even more thrilling adventures. If you enjoyed the ride or found any nuggets of wisdom in this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and smash that notification bell to stay updated on the latest gameplay, reviews and gaming news. Until next time, may your gaming sessions be epic and your victories plentiful.